Welcome and thank you for coming to today's broadcast. It's your host, Eileen Smith, and I'm your digital media tour guide. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's live stream. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join me for today's live stream. It was very important for me to let you know that StreamYard has made some updates. And as a result of one of those updates, there is a time limit. The clock is ticking for you to take advantage of this discount offer that StreamYard has started as a result of the latest options that they've added to the platform. So today we're going to be talking about the advantages of using StreamYard. It's a browser-based live streaming platform. And I do want to say hello to my friends who are here on the live stream. Right now, I am streaming on two different platforms. I'm on YouTube as well as Periscope. So on the YouTube side, my girl Tish is here. Hey, love. And also on the Periscope side, my girl Birdie Lynn is there. And Fasted Human and Charmaine. And guys, what I'm going to do, because I don't want anyone to think that I am forgetting them, okay? I want to go through some of the updates, and then I'm going to come back and give all my shout outs and say hi and answer any of your questions. And if you want to know how to up-level your live streams to have the integrations such as what I'm using right now with the virtual cam. So for example, I can show off this little graphic here where I'm letting you know that I'm your digital media tour guide. That is being brought to you by the power vested in me in EcammLive. So although today we are going to be talking about StreamYard, I want you to know that if you stay tuned, you'll learn some advanced strategies, okay? So let's just go through and let you know about this new feature. Because you guys, a lot of you, I see the folks that are coming into the broadcast, you have seen me talk about StreamYard before. So I'm just going to talk about the newest feature first. Okay. How's that sound? And absolutely, I see my friend Barbara saying, you absolutely crack me up. Okay, good. All right. So the newest feature that has come to StreamYard that I want you to take advantage of this special offer they have going on until midnight. And if you're watching this in the replay, you should still get this anyway, because it's a steal. I am able to multi-stream, multicast to up to 5 destinations. Now there's 2 levels of plans. And on the first plan, you're able to multicast or multi-stream to 2 destinations. Okay. But like I said, that offer expires tonight. And you make sure you talk to my friends Gage Vandentop over at StreamYard. Come over to our StreamYard community on Facebook. If you just happen to miss the offer by a day or an hour or something like that. Otherwise, you're just going to have to pay the full price. But it's worth it. It's worth it. Because right now, in fact, I am streaming on Periscope and YouTube. And so I'll just show you here You see, this was a comment that came in from Barb. She's over on the YouTube side. Okay. And this is my girl, Birdie Lynn. She's over on the Periscope side. So we got two different sets of comments because those are only two places that I'm live. But if I want to, I can add my Facebook page into the mix. And see, we were able to do this before using a third service, and that was Restream. And some people were using something called Caster, which I used. I tested and it worked fine too. But Restream.io is one that I recommend, and I still use it for some things. But this way, you don't have to go through that extra step to use Restream. Okay. So I hope that this doesn't put the folks at Restream out of business. But also, those of you who are interested in doing LinkedIn Live, that is also included with these 5 destinations that you can go to. Okay. If you don't know, for LinkedIn Live, you need to get approval from LinkedIn first, but I just wanted to put that out there because LinkedIn is a new destination for live streaming for those of you who don't know. So you can go to your Facebook page if you have more than one page. So any combination of Facebook pages or groups, of course, you can only go to one profile. All right, with your YouTube and your Periscope and your LinkedIn. The only option that's not included in this multi-streaming is Twitch. Okay, so for me, I still need to rely on my EcammLive, which is what I'm using for the virtual cam, but I still need to rely on that because I need a direct connection to Twitch. But if you're not using Twitch, don't have to worry about it. And you can still use StreamYard to connect with Twitch. You just need to use something called the RTMP key. Don't worry, it's not that techie. It's more techie than it sounds. Or you would use Restream. Okay? Got that? I think everybody kind of knows all that stuff. Okay? And I see my friend Carla Jenkins is here, and Carla said, smash that like button. But Carla, I want to let you know, I have my two taps because, I know that you may be watching on your mobile device, and I don't want you smashing it. I want you to gently and lovingly tap it. That first tap is to give this video a like. That second tap is to share it out. If you're new here, the first tap is to subscribe. And the second tap is to turn on that little notification bell. Now, that's if you're on the YouTube side. If you're on the Facebook, on the Periscope side, just keep tapping. Just keep it tapping. You need more than one tap. I need to see some hearts coming up from my Periscope friends. And I know most YouTubers do want you to smash your phone, but I don't. I know we love our phones. So I want you to just tap it because I want you to think of love when you think of Miss Eileen. Okay, so I gave you a major reason why you want to check out StreamYard and why you want to do it before midnight. But let's just do a recap of some of the features that we've talked about in the past. Actually, this one feature that's really cool that I've never talked about. And I felt bad because I said, wow, as much as I talk about StreamYard on YouTube, I never talked about this particular feature. This feature is for podcasters. This is great for podcasters. StreamYard has an option now that if you didn't want your camera to show, and don't go anywhere because I'm going to demo this feature. And as you see there, I am showing my profile pic. And this is a really cool way that podcasters who don't want to come on cam, or if you have a guest who doesn't want to come on cam, you can use this option inside of StreamYard. Now, all you have to do is upload a profile image. And in fact, you can upload more than one profile image. And your guests can easily be walked through that process. All you have to do is turn off your webcam and then upload the image. Just right there, the little button. You know, I always say when folks say, I'm not techie, it's confusing. And I just say, you know, you are techie. You just don't know what button to push. So now I just told you what button to push and how to tap. 2 taps. And so I am going to take a little bit of a break from going through these points because you guys are just showing me the love over here in the chat. And Purple Paisy Planner, my buddy from Instagram, I'm adding you to my featured channels. Oh, thank you, my dear. That is such an honor. I so appreciate you for that. And also saying, smash the like button. You tapped it gently and lovingly. And also, Barb is saying, yes, audio only and quality of audio excellent for podcasters. Yes, it is. And you know what? I'm just going to move this around so that it does not, hopefully it won't interfere too much with the comments as I pin them up. And I saw, I did mention Carla, but I didn't get a chance to pin her comment up there. Hey, you know what? I'll just put this all the way over here on this side. There you go. Hey, Carla. And also, there was someone else that I did not get a chance to say hello to. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to scroll back. Oh, Hamad is here. Oh, long time no see. Hello, my dear. And Fasted Humans. And he said, cool as well. And then Gracie, too, which is really my girl Tish, my hashtagologist. Tish helps me out with the hashtags all the time. And so she went over there on Periscope. And usually Periscope gives us issues, but and do you have the StreamYard Multistream? Yes, Carla. I am live right now on YouTube and on Periscope, and I'm not using Restream. I'm only using StreamYard. And let me see if I can get up a screenshot. Now I'm going to use EcammLive for the screenshot, and let me take down my banner here. Okay. Let's see if I can get the right one showing here. Okay, that's not the right one. Hang on, though. Hang on, my little chickadees. Okay, so of course you get the infinity screen, but what I want you to see is over on the right-hand side here where I'm able to see YouTube comments and Periscope comments. Alex Daly, that's the other person I wanted to say hi to, right inside of what I'll do is I'll take a screenshot the next time I want to show that. Right inside of my StreamYard dashboard. Now, let's go back to some of the other reasons why you want to use StreamYard. Okay, because there's other platforms out there. There's other choices. Okay, there's other browser-based choices. I like StreamYard above all of them. Here's another reason. It's something that the community asks for, and our friends, the developers, Gage and Dan, they worked so hard to bring that to us. And that is the ability to have guests on the broadcast actually see the comments right inside of their interface. Okay, now that's a big deal because some of the other platforms, you're not able to do that, okay? And speaking of guests, speaking of bringing guests on, This is another reason why I'm such a huge fan of StreamYard is because how easy it is to bring on guests. And I just invited Barb Tomlin. I'm not sure if she's available to come on, but and Birdie Lynn said, mine never copies and pastes hashtag two taps. Thanks, Birdie Lynn. And you're saying hi to Miss Gracie. And oh, you mean Tish. Tish, yeah. Tish, only on Twitter is she Gracie. All right. So I gave Barb a link if she wants to come in. All right. So the next, let me look up my list here. All right. The solo show. The solo show, like what I'm doing right now, unless someone decides to join me. It's fantastic for the solo show because, like I said, you can do all this with the pinning of the comments. You can play your branding. And I know some of you guys didn't see my branding. You can play a branded intro with StreamYard. And because I know that some of you guys just got here, I just want you to take a look at the intro. Welcome and thank you for coming to today's broadcast. It's your host, Eileen Smith, and I'm your digital media tour guide. So there you go. Now, bringing on guests. OMG.
You
Here you are. Hey, Barb.
Hi. Did you want to guess how many tabs I have open?
Yes, I have several tabs open as well.
And 2 windows. So I'm like, where's Eileen?
I put it in Messenger. And the reason why I have so many tabs open is because I had to use Firefox in order to use the virtual cam. So for those of you who are already using StreamYard, if you're on Chrome, if you were using it on Chrome, and if you're on a Mac, you may have noticed that you weren't able to use the virtual cam. So the quick workaround for that is to just open up Firefox. And I think, Barb, you were helping me with the discovery of that. And Purple Paisley Planner says, looks great, Eileen Smith. And, you know, this, as you're seeing, there's a little bit of a background here behind Barb and myself. And this is actually something that I can switch out, but I didn't do it ahead of time. So I'm going to leave it because it's autumnal and, you know, we're in fall. And so, but you can put a brighter color back here or your logo, whatever you want. You can customize this to the hilt. Barb, what do you think?
I love StreamYard. And the background's just one of the features, but also the overlays and having all the options for creativity, because I'm into, you know, digital art. And so you can just really go hog wild with it. But the most, I just can't say enough for all of your followers. I recommend it most often because of its reliability. And day in, day out, I watch, and Eileen knows this, a multitude of broadcasts using different tools, whether they're virtual cameras or actual platforms. And StreamYard, bar none, is number one. It just performs. And I also think for you who are small business people in particular, it's the perfect segue for you to really become a superstar on LinkedIn. So, and for your LinkedIn connection, your why is you can actually run with the big dogs on LinkedIn as a little business, much easier. Because, I mean, where they're coming from and what their expectations are, you can up your game quite easily by using this tool to facilitate your live video communications.
Very, very good points. I really love that. And also, Tube Techie is here, so I gotta say hi to him. And I'm so glad that I helped Purple Paisley Planner because she has a Mac. I was wondering why it didn't work. Use Firefox. You also can use Opera, and there's a couple of other browsers, but I just know the typical one besides Chrome is Firefox. So I just figured I would put that one out there. Don't use the Windows one, whatever that one is.
You're right.
Don't use that
Don't
one.
ever
But
use Windows.
and let's see, Carla. I know Carla is so active on LinkedIn. Carla, did you get approved for LinkedIn? I want to get approved for LinkedIn Live. Oh, see, I didn't even read the comment yet, and she's saying the same thing. I cannot wait until I get my application approved. Yeah, they roll it out slowly, and people have tried to, figure out like if there was tricks and tips. And it's like there's no tricks and tips. You just have to wait.
Except that, Carla, check on your profile because a lot of people have been getting notified directly on LinkedIn and not getting their emails from LinkedIn. So you can check on your profile for updates from LinkedIn when you're actually logged into LinkedIn.
Excellent point, Barb, because I forgot about that. Because guys, I'm not a huge LinkedIn person just because, you can't do all the things. You just can't. And so I don't know anybody else who's doing Twitch and LinkedIn. So I decided to do Twitch because, for one thing, I can monetize over there on Twitch, not only with the money that I can earn as an affiliate, but also as an Amazon affiliate. There's two different programs, the Twitch affiliate program. We're not going to go into all of that, but I can monetize similar to the way you can monetize on YouTube. They just rolled out some new monetization options, but that's not going to ever come to LinkedIn. I doubt that very seriously. So, but of course, on LinkedIn, you can, through connections and all that, there's other ways that you can, make money. We all know that, right? We're not going to go into all that today. But yeah, it's so good that, and I know when you say what is LinkedIn? LinkedIn is another platform, and it's usually known as a more professional platform for folks who want to look for jobs or enhance their careers. And LinkedIn was really one of the first. And it's the first one that I joined. They have a very high SEO value. If you have a LinkedIn profile, you probably can search for people that you're interested in, and their LinkedIn profile will probably come up on page one of Google searches. So LinkedIn is a place where you would go to, like I said, if you're looking for a job, or if you're working at a company and you want to do B2B business, it's absolutely amazing. So I do have a presence over there. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. I don't use it for live stream. I didn't even apply for LinkedIn Live because I'm just not interested in it.
Well, it'll be, again, it's a beta. It's at the beta level. And so there's going to be lots of improvements that come along, and timing is everything. And like you said, it just doesn't pay to be everywhere. It's just be really good at where you are.
Yes.
And meeting your needs. So.
Yeah. And because, like I said, I chose Twitch. And another thing that's important to note about LinkedIn is that it's owned by Microsoft. Okay, that's important because, they LinkedIn purchased lynda.com. So you may not be familiar with lynda.com, but now that Microsoft owns them, so that means that they're kind of, all these things are intertwined. So LinkedIn definitely has its advantages. Most of there's a lot of business profiles and pages out there, and job seekers I should say HR folks are definitely checking to see if you got a LinkedIn and what your LinkedIn profile is about. So every now and then I'll post something, but I'm not looking for a job. So
well,
no
I
big
think
deal.
it's a very fertile ground for coaches of just almost all genres of coaching, because, as you said, LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft and has picked up lynda.com. And a very important part of the coaching world is training. And so, and your clientele, whether they're working for someone or looking for a job, they all have personal development issues, which is, of course, really big in coaching. But there's just all kinds of opportunity over there. It's just a question of timing. And this tool is in beta at the moment. And so if you have the time and your needs are not to actually generate revenue from one of your other sources and you've got it, then play it out. Go for it now. But I don't think it's important to be first there. Only if you don't have a tribe is it more important to be first, and you can build a tribe.
Yes, yes, yes. Very true. Very true. And so, because you guys have kind of stayed around and, listening to what's going on with StreamYard, I just want to share with you a couple of things that I'm doing. I like to call it stacking my streaming software. Stacking my streaming software. So first I want to acknowledge Purple Paisley Planner said Twitch used to be all gamers, but now arts and crafts is on Twitch. Yes, as well as creators like myself who are talking tech and all that. Oh, Ruth is here. What's the 411 TV? Make sure you guys are all connecting with each other. If I forgot to say that, when you're in the chat, look at those three little dots on the side there. And that's how you can click those, go to each other's channels, and make sure you're connecting with each other, because it's all about community. Okay. And so you guys are all part of my community. Even if you're over there on Periscope, come on over to YouTube and hang out with us over here too, so you can make sure that everybody subscribes to your channel and all that good stuff. So Ruth is saying, good afternoon. I love LinkedIn. It has grown beyond a job search platform. It is now a place for deal making. Yeah. So if you're not a wheel and deal like Ruth does, you're very, very good. And then she said, hey, Barb, nice to see you. It's taken a minute for that comment to come over into StreamYard, but that's okay. Okay. So my stacking my streaming software, SSS. So for example, right now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm actually using the virtual cam on EcammLive, which lets me do. Are you using virtual cam today too, Barb?
Yeah, I had Manicam open because I was monitoring with my IP cam.
Okay.
Outside, so yeah.
But I mean, right now.
Yeah,
in the stream.
Manicam is the virtual camera that I'm using.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure. All right, okay. I do see something there that indicates that you're on using Manicam. I see something hanging up at the top. Is that a heart plaque or something?
Oh, that's my background.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
Sure.
Well, this is my background. How do you like my new office, ladies and gentlemen?
You're using a green screen virtual.
Yes, I bought in a typewriter. When last time y'all seen one of those? Over here.
But now the green screen effect that you're using is from EcammLive, correct?
That's right. That's part of the stack. That's part of the stack. So EcammLive has green screen. You don't have the green screen in StreamYard at this time. Doesn't mean they won't bring it in one day. I don't know how they'll do it, but it's not as easy when you're talking about a browser-based platform to do that. And, I pretend like I know how easy or hard it is. I really don't. I just know I don't see people doing it. So that makes me assume that it's not that easy. But with EcammLive, they introduced this green screen. And so I can even play movies in the background and be on green screen. Let me see if I have one that doesn't have music here loaded up. Let's see. So there you go.
Yes.
So I'm playing a movie in the background. Now you can't do this with EcammLive with StreamYard. I'm sorry. I'm doing this because of EcammLive. Let me get my cup here so people don't get my things
That's with a
confused.
virtual camera application.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because I can also do all of that with ManyCam.
Yes. So EcammLive can be used to go live. Usually go on one platform at a time unless you pick Restream as your platform. And then with Restream, that facilitates the multi-streaming. Okay. So I know that, I don't want to lose you guys on that, but I just wanted to let you know that that's where that's coming from. Okay. So now I'm ready to get rid of the movie and I forgot how I need to stop it. That's okay. Just go back here. Oh, that was the wrong one anyway. So and with that, I can actually move myself around on screen. That I didn't show you. And that gets really cool when you're doing a tutorial. Okay. So right now I have myself at full size, but if I want, I can put myself over in the corner. So if I'm doing a tutorial this way, I could be showing you, pointing to whatever it is that I want to show you guys. And yes, it is pretty cool. And it's one of the reasons why I love myself. So EcammLive. And so Fasted Human says, does that affect the quality? Well, I'm going to ask you that question because you're watching. So you tell me if it affects the quality. And you've been here since the very beginning of the stream. Have you noticed any degradation in quality when I use the backgrounds and the picture-in-picture and all that good stuff? You let me know what you think. Because I'm seeing one thing, but it wouldn't be until I see it in the replay that I could say for sure everything was all good. All right. So he's Fasted Human said no. Yay.
And that's why you should get StreamYard. So
yes. Oh, Carlos, I knew there was one person that I did not get a chance to say hi to. Carlos Humberto Hernandez Velata. Oh, I did so good. Velata. I think that's rounding it up. Let me know how I did with that. But either way, Carlos, hey, thank you for coming. And Carlos also said no, not here. And great quality finance by day and fashion by night. You go, girl. I love that profile pic. Okay, so someone else says, Melanie. Oh my gosh. Melanie, y'all. Shout out to my girl, Melanie. She saved my little, she saved me during podcast movement when I couldn't get to my car because the vice president was in town and everything was blocked off. Like, who would have known that was going to happen? And my car was in the parking lot. And so Melanie saved me from a few bus rides, but and so that's my homie right there. Just so happened that she lived in my neighborhood and it was just an amazing experience. And so I'm so glad to see you here because I think this is the first time I ever saw you on one of my live streams. Yes. And you said from the math preacher, girl, I know it was you because I got Melanie stuck in my head now. I know your name. Yes. Okay. And Purple Paisley Planner, she is such a partier. She's like, hey, everybody. Everybody comes in. She greets them and she is just awesome. Thank you so much, my dear. And Angie's here. Hi there, digging the bokeh effect. Bokeh focus effect. Thank you. And Andy comes to my Twitch streams. So, but I do believe, Andy, that you found me on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know. And Fasted Human says, changing my profile pic. Well, the thing about these comments and putting them up on screen, it makes you think about your branding and how you look when you see all other people having these bright, beautiful, shining faces. Or they may have a logo, but the logo may have certain design to it or whatever. But then when you look at your own uh, profile pic, and you might say, hey, I need to update that bad boy. So it's good. It's good that you're thinking. You got your thinking cap on, Fast and Human. Yes, the bokeh looks great, Eileen. Thank you, Tube Techie. And Tube Techie, I just want to say, I know a lot of folks, like I said, no to LinkedIn, right? I have a presence over there, but I had a conversation with Tube Techie on comments on one of his videos. I wanted to give him a shout out over on Twitter, and it's like, he doesn't use Twitter. He just get on Twitter, man. Use it. It's simple. The reason why I recommend anybody who's trying to promote their content, whether it's live stream, Twitch, or YouTube, or whatever. Reason why I recommend Twitter is because it's quick, it's fast, it's easy to find things, and Twitter is the place for breaking news. I don't watch the news anymore. What I do get news from Twitter. I would trust the news on Twitter before I would trust anything I find on Facebook.
For sure.
And we have someone else here, Ibrahim Karamov. Hey, Eileen, your English is very good for me. I learned English with your talks. Thank you. Thank you. You came over to my Instagram and said that you're learning English from me. And that just warmed my heart. That made me feel so good. And what is your native language, dear? Please let me know. I'm fasting right now, so my brain is working. And Carla said, true. Twitter is for breaking news. Yeah. And things are trending, and make sure you have your profile set for your location, because even those trending hashtags that Twitter will show you will be specific to your neighborhood. Like, for example, I am not a football fan. Okay. Let's face it. I'm not really a sports nut. I used to be. Okay. So I did my time. But when I see those things trending on Twitter, a lot, especially if it's a person's name, a lot of times I say, I bet you that's a football player. Or, and sometimes it's still good to know, even though I don't follow our team as the Eagles. I might not follow them all the time, but it's good to know, like when I get to work tomorrow, why everybody's looking sad. Or why everybody's looking really happy. And then I know, oh yeah, that's because they won last night. So, yep. And following you on IG. Yes. Most places, my handle is Eileen. Every now and then I have to use Eileen Smith. So on Periscope, it's Eileen Smith, even though on Twitter, it's Eileen. Don't ask me, that's complicated. But on Twitch, it's Eileen Smith. And on YouTube, it's Eileen Smith. Every now and then there's an Eileen that gets in there before me. So, so does anyone have any questions about StreamYard, or can you use StreamYard on your phone, or if you have 1,000 subs on YouTube? Great question. And this one was hidden. That's why you guys aren't seeing it. I'm going to show it now. It was hidden because you mentioned subs, Andy, and YouTube doesn't like when you talk about subs. So here's the deal. Technically, you cannot start a stream with StreamYard. There's no mobile app for StreamYard. That's technically. But wait, I'm going to tell you about a workaround. But before I do that, you can invite guests who are on mobile. And I did a tutorial. And let me put a card up here somewhere. What time is it? 39. I got to remember to put a card so you can know how your guests need to join, especially if they're on an iPhone, because it opens up Safari. There's just a couple little steps that might be a little tricky for someone who is not really used to doing live streaming and all that. But it can be done for your guests. They can come in on Android and on iPhone, okay? Now, the workaround for using StreamYard from your mobile is to go into the Chrome browser on mobile. However, everything is going to be so eensy, teensy, weensy. I don't know how your eyesight is, Andy, but you can give it a try. My friend Michael Daniels has done it, and I believe he has a tutorial on his YouTube channel. Just look for Michael Daniels, and maybe you'll find it that way. Sorry, I shouldn't have said the S word. That's right, because YouTube will. That's okay. It flagged you, but I'm not going to. Since it flagged that comment, now I can't bring it in and put it up on screen in StreamYard. But I happen to have my little chat box popped out, and here's a big tip for everybody. If you're streaming on YouTube or if you're streaming on Twitch, you can't do this on Facebook. And Facebook comments are the pits anyway. But but anyway, always pop out your chat. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to do a little screen share to show you what I mean. And I'm using EcammLive for the screen share. Hang on, it went to the wrong place. Here is the chat. And I'm going to put myself on solo for a second, Barb. So that could be seen. Okay. So here is, you guys always pop out your chat when you go live. This is super important because things can get missed depending upon the platform that you're on. But I love to always pop my chat out. And remember, I told you earlier to go ahead and click on the 3 dots next to the person's comment and then click on go to channel so that you can all connect with one another. And like I said, be part of this community here. And Andy said, I'm currently using Prism Studio, but can't bring a guest on using that. Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why I actually haven't done a tutorial about Prism. Let me come back on and let me bring back Barb back on. Prism is, I'm not really that fond of this layout. I know our friends, Dave Jackson.
I don't like it either.
They love this layout, and I don't
like to have the comments below. I like to have the margins around it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a feeling of being squished up?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's too
literally
close.
when I'm looking at it, it's like, oh.
I feel like y'all can see my pimples. But I guess it's a man thing because the men like it. So wait, okay, so this is way better than OBS. Way better than OBS. Yeah. Okay, so Angie brought up this Prism. I want you guys to know that there is a mobile app called Prism that is awesome. And you can go live on all these different platforms, okay? But you can't bring on any guests with this app. It's a pretty cool app. You can put all kinds of filters that are like Snapchat type filters, and you can bring in multimedia. So if you have an image on your phone, or even if you have a video on your phone, you can bring it in and you can go live, but you just can't bring on guests. So that's the downside of it. But it's a free app, and yes, you can do it without having the 1,000 subs and all those other limits that you have on YouTube. And you can actually use StreamYard from desktop and go live on YouTube without the 1,000 subscribers, Andy. So I don't think you didn't actually
laptop or desktop computer.
Yes, on desktop or laptop. Versus his question was about mobile. And so that made me forget to say that, this is across the board with YouTube. YouTube just doesn't want you to use YouTube, the native YouTube. So you can't use YouTube mobile, and you can't use the desktop option on YouTube to go live if you have under 1,000 subscribers. But if you have any other tool, just not YouTube. Okay. So that's not unique to StreamYard. I just wanted to make that clear because I don't want anybody to say, well, I can do that with my platform. I know everybody can do it. It's just not the native YouTube. Now, this is another advantage of my favorite EcammLive. And I have a tutorial about this, and Barb could do the same thing with her Manicam. You
Uh-huh.
can use YouTube on your desktop and use a virtual cam inside of that. You can go live. Well, you can't, Barb, because you don't have the 1,000.
I can if I personally can because of the way my account's set up, but I've been in there since beta.
Okay.
So,
All right.
but
So,
personally, but a new user, anyone getting in the game now can go live. I can't go live natively.
okay. All right. So, one thing that I did not show off yet on, let's see, nope, here on StreamYard. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to find it. Oh, gosh. I'll just edit it right now and I'll say EcammLive. I know I'm confusing you guys with all the different brands that I love. Is a banner. You can put up a banner just like I've been showing you guys comments, but this is not a comment. This is a banner. I didn't have to and you can change the branding here. See how I have
With
this?
EcammLive is what you're saying, right?
No, this is within StreamYard. This is a StreamYard banner.
Okay.
Okay. So it's in the same position where a comment would be, but I could put anything on a banner. I could just say, thanks for coming. And
And
add that as a banner.
uh-huh.
So I can basically say anything here. And let's see what it looks like in that other layout. Okay. And this is why Barb and I don't like it. But it's good, it's legible, it's fine. It's just not our favorite. We're picky. What can I tell you? So not only can you do the comments on screen, you can put your own announcements out there. Okay, as a banner. So I could have, every time I went through a different feature of StreamYard, I could have put up a different banner without making a comment. Okay. Okay. And so people are, just remember, if you're watching this in a replay, it's still worth it, even though you're not being able to take advantage of the discount. And I know people get bummed out about that. I know. If something was on sale, oh, there's Barb using the virtual cam. I'm going to put her on solo because I want you to see what her setup is like there.
Oh, that's just.
So what do you have there, Barb? Tell everybody what you have there in your setup.
Well, it's show and tell. This is my friend Yoda. He stars with me and lots of live streams that I do within my private and secret groups on Facebook. And down here at the bottom is the IP camera, which is the scene from outside on my deck right now. So I can be monitoring that at the same time. So that is, I can also do screen shares with additional picture-in-picture options by using this virtual camera. And I think, can't you do that with EcammLive also?
Yes. Yes.
And another thing I like, because there are other third-party apps out there that are not nearly as reliable, but one of the things, and I don't know if it's, I'll check very quickly. Just be patient with me for a minute. See if I can find out here on the.
And
is the scrolling text. And
Tube Techie wants to know, do you do your own? What does Barb do on her channel, Eileen Smith?
She plays around. Barb is a beta tester for big dogs. So
there you go.
Go behind the scene. But here is, now within that application, within Manicam, I've created overlays that I can add, and no limitations there. So there's an overlay that allows me to go, like, for where this is actually used is in a group within Facebook, and I'm going direct to Facebook using the platform natively. And I just use Manicam as the virtual camera, or because I have a MacBook Pro now, and Eileen's going to help me with it, aren't you, Eileen? And
Yes.
if I use EcammLive, I can do this too. Isn't that correct? You have scrolling text in EcammLive too, don't you?
No,
Oh, you
we do
don't?
not have scrolling text yet.
Oh my.
It has been requested. And I'm
Eh,
sure it's on the drawing board, but no, I have not seen anyone using the scrolling text, and I've seen people asking about it. I know that there's got to be a workaround, okay, because we can use widgets. So, for example, let me show you one of the widgets that I can put up. There is a widget that I have, and I have to dig through where I have all my different widgets. It's from Stream Elements. Let's see if that's the one here. Okay, so see, I can put up here the folks that have subscribed to me over on Twitch, because this is another part of my software stacking, my streaming software stack, is that I can put up widgets. So if you have a way to put that scrolling text in a widget, this one comes from Stream Elements. Shout out to Alpha Gaming. They created this widget, but they let the community come in and grab the widget and customize it. So I changed the colors of it and all that. And so basically what this tells you is that Tara was the last person to subscribe. Coach Diesel, aka Michael Daniels, who I mentioned earlier, he gave me some bits. And then Infamous something net, I'm sorry, it's kind of small for me to read, is the last person who followed my channel, because Twitch has followers and subscribers. We're not going to get into that. But anyway, so you can put scrolling banners. You just have to have a way to grab them. And Stream Elements is one. And in fact, one of the requests that I have in with the folks at Ecamm is to have more native integration with Stream Elements. I have it with Streamlabs, but I want to get more with Stream Elements. And there's another tool called Web Captioner. Now I'm just putting this out there. This is not in place now, okay? And none of the tools that we've mentioned today has the integration with Web Captioner, except OBS. But it looks horrible. So Web Captioner will actually caption as you're streaming. And I could bring it up and as a screen share, and it just doesn't look pretty. So I would like for them to actually integrate with Web Captioner. And actually, is the Web Captioner people that I reached out to them on Facebook, and then they said, put it in as a request and we'll see what we can do. So
Great.
yeah, there's different ways for us to get things done.
The captioning is going to become critical because of ADA, because of Americans with Disabilities for us in the USA. But people have challenges, and they can't. Lots of deaf people actually are on the internet, and they need to be able to hear you. The only way they can is the captioning.
And then it also helps people who don't have English as their native language.
Exactly.
Like we had someone in here earlier who came in, and he's also, like I said, got in touch with me, Ibrahim. I just filled a green card and pray for me. Oh, I am going to pray for you, Ibrahim. I believe he lives in, oh, darn it. I can't remember. It's near Russia, but that's not the country. And because I looked it up on, I need people for talks in English. Very good. So anyway, I was scrolling back, and I'm not even sure if he's still here. And if he is, can you please just type in the chat what country you're from? So I love my Mac. Yeah, there's something about having a Mac. You probably never thought you could love a computer. I certainly didn't, and I'm in both worlds. I'm in the PC world and in the Mac world, and I like my PC. It's awesome, but I love my Mac. Yes,
Okay.
love.
Rub it in.
Well, you're in both worlds. You just have to.
Well, but for the first time in my whole computing career, which started back in 81, so I finally bought into Apple, and because the MacBook Pro, yeah.
And Purple Paisley Planner, she's just incredible. She went and found the country, and it is Azerbaijan. And I know I probably said that wrong, but I wasn't even sure where it was. I had to go to Wikipedia, and then I was like, oh, it's right near Russia. I didn't know that. I thought it was in the Middle East, but it's not. Okay, and so I think he said he's from Azerbaijan. You're right. You're right. And plays Zap Roger, Computer Love. Computer Love. I forgot about that song, Carla. Thank you. And Faster Human is from Peru, living in the US for 28 years. Yeah. I'm such a homebody. I've been living in Philadelphia all these years. I never left. I'm not going to say how many, but it's a whole lot. Way more than what y'all just said.
Yeah.
Are you from Lima? Carla wants to know. And Purple Paisley Planner loves me some Zap. Yes, that band. They were great when they were out. Okay, so let's just do a quick recap here. Reasons why I am recommending, especially for those of you who don't have Macs, and especially for those of you who want to do interviews or panel discussions. And I didn't mention earlier that you can bring up to 5 people on. So that makes 6 altogether, right, Barb?
At the moment, but 10 is coming very shortly. He did announce that, I believe it was last week.
Yeah, and then you can have other people in the waiting area.
Exactly.
So if you wanted to have 10, because that's what Hangouts used to have, right? So you can have 6 on screen, 6 including yourself. But then if you had others that wanted to come in, they could be waiting, and you can see what that looks like. I'll do the screenshot, which I said I was going to do earlier. Actually, I did take a screenshot earlier, but I don't know what I did with it. So I'm going to take another one because there's something else I want you guys to see as well before we leave. So I'm going to bring this up. Hopefully I will bring it up in EcammLive. You know what? I think it's probably easier for me to bring it up inside of StreamYard. But first I have to open it up so that StreamYard can recognize it. And it will be camera effects, screenshot. Here we go. Allow, and
I love this feature, if I could interrupt just briefly, and that's you can see Eileen and me in the little images. I'm moving my hands here on the side, and you can see this. This is one of their options, and you see how big that screen share is, so you can actually read it, and you don't have that with a competing platform. So.
Right. And I can make it full screen.
Full screen. Exactly.
Okay. So you see, if you notice, guys, look at the bottom of the screen here. Let me get over here to I'm hovering my mouse and drawing out here in this section. If you had others waiting to come on, they would be in that area. Okay. So like I said, you could have your 6, but altogether you could have 10. So those other folks would be waiting there for you to click on their little profile pic and add them into the stream. Okay. So there's another thing that I want to show you. And let me take down that screen share and let me get rid of it. And people are saying, great live, great live. And don't forget, I'm glad you said that, because then that reminded me that I got to put my banner back up there again, because don't forget, you got to get StreamYard tonight.
Before midnight.
Right? Before midnight. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take another screenshot because I want to show you something that you could do on the fly right now. And I'm not going to do it, but I can. I could add in Facebook. And now, right now, I'm live on Periscope and YouTube. But in the middle of the stream, if I wanted to, I could just click on another platform
And go live.
and go live. But I'm going to do a screenshot so you can see what that looks like on the back end. Okay. All right. So let me take that down. And then I've got to open up the screenshot just so you can see what it looks like. Right here. And I'm going to put it on the full screen here. Oh, I've already got it on full screen. So this is what the interface looks like, guys, where you're seeing all of your destinations that you have loaded in StreamYard. And because I'm live right now, I'm live on the 2 platforms. You see them already up there and it says public. And then below that, I just clicked on one of my Facebook pages. I just picked one randomly. If I wanted to add this in, I would need to scroll down and click add that in. And then I would be publicly live on that page as well. So in the middle of the stream, and if I wanted to, I could kill Periscope right now. I don't want to kill Periscope. Don't get me wrong. I love Periscope. I don't want to kill it because it's part of Twitter. Excuse me. But if I wanted to kill the feed for Periscope right now, I could do that. Or YouTube, but y'all know I ain't going to do that. Okay, so yeah. All right, so Faster Human says, thanks to Eileen Smith, I have a podcast. You just made my day. Oh, thank you for letting me know that. Are you using Anchor? Faster Human? Oh, that is so cool. Me Too is fantastic. But that wasn't about Me Too having a podcast. Faster Human and Andy are having a little conversation over here, a little sidebar conversation, which I love. That's what community is about. So, okay. And then Faster Human has to change his life. Okay. That sounds like it's off topic, but good luck with all that. And he said yes. So I'm assuming that yes is he's on Anchor. I'm so happy for you. I really am. And don't let the naysayers turn you away from Anchor. Okay. I'm still in support of Anchor. I don't care if they shut down tomorrow. It doesn't matter. Because look at all the people that have started podcasting that would never have done it before. But because they know they can easily just grab their phone if they want to record an episode, they can just get their podcast distributed in multiple locations. So the fact that it empowered people to do something they never dreamed that they could do before, that's why I will support Anchor. And I don't care what award-winning podcasters say, even if they're my friends. And yes, they are. Many of them are. And you get paid too. Yes, I made $60 and I barely podcast. So, that's more than I made with Twitch. And I'm on Twitch every single day. And, I don't want to change topics right now, but I just want you guys to think about if you are going to monetize your content on any platforms. For example, YouTube, you have to get up to certain number of followers, subscribers and all that, and have all the hours and all that good stuff. Then also on Twitch, it's easier. It's easier to monetize on Twitch, just harder to make money. We talked about Anchor. So Anchor is another way. There's no barrier to entry at all. You just have to live in the US. Right now, they haven't rolled it out internationally. So you do need to live in the US. But once you get the request for someone to sponsor your show, and you don't have to have a lot of listeners, you can make, a couple pennies a day. And before you know it, you have a couple dollars. And so what's wrong? What's the harm in that? And so I just want you guys to think about when you think about the different platforms that you're going to use. Maybe you're stuck, you're not sure. Should I use LinkedIn? Well, if you just want to make a couple little dollars on the side, don't use LinkedIn for that. Michael Daniels in the house with the super chat. Whoop, whoop,
Yep.
whoop. You see that on screen?
Yeah, I
See
had to
that?
capture that.
That is the power of my streaming software stack because Streamlabs, not StreamYard, Streamlabs. And Michael Daniels doesn't know it, but I've already said his name about 4 times on this stream today. Haven't I, ladies and gentlemen? Let Michael Daniels know that I've already been talking about him. Okay, thank you so much for the super chat, Michael. That means the world to me. I mean, from a person who has done awesome live streams. I mean, Michael, and for anybody who really wants to know about OBS, he is your Obi-Wan Kenobi of OBS.
Yeah.
Okay. And even my buddy Studio Geek is here. Hey, hey, hey. And everybody's saying yes, 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 because they all know that I've been saying positive things about Michael and what he does. And he puts on a game show with multiple guests on live streams using, guess what platform? StreamYard. And actually, Michael, the question came up earlier about going live from mobile on StreamYard, and that was the first time that I mentioned you, but I've mentioned you multiple times here. So I think you have a tutorial about how to go live from mobile on StreamYard. Well, you are a very kind person, but you share a lot with folks. I love what you do. Oh, thank you, Michael. If you have a tutorial on that, can you go ahead and put that link in the chat? I thought you were not going to stream on YouTube. Oh, I changed my mind. That's why I don't schedule. This is why I don't schedule stuff, people. I know this morning I was live on Twitch for over an hour.
Wow.
And I said, I'm probably not going to stream on YouTube today, but I changed my mind. That's why I don't schedule stuff. But I do stream on Twitch every day. And I try to do it at 6 a.m. during the week. The weekends, who knows what time I'm going to. But during the week, I just try to make sure that I'm live before I go to work. And if I'm not there at 6 a.m., I probably didn't go to work that day. So I'll be on later on. So this has been my streak right now is close to 120 days. It's well over 100, but I'm not sure exactly how many. But I've been going live every day on Twitch. So, okay, so I'm going to show this. On my channel, I did 3 live StreamYard from mobile on my channel. No tutorial, though. Oh, okay. Yes, we got to get you to do a tutorial, Michael, to show folks how to go live from mobile because, today, like I said, midnight, it's countdown, and folks need to know for sure that they can do it. Now, I got to give you a warning, though, folks. It was actually Andy who was asking this question. It's going to be super duper tricky for you to try to bring on gas and all that stuff if you're doing it from mobile. Maybe one person, but you're not going to really be able to use all of the features just because the screen is just going to be too tiny. And there's no support for it either. So if you go live and you have problems, Dan and Gage aren't going to help you with that. They'll be like, well, we never said for you to go live on your phone. You can do it, but just because you can doesn't mean you should. Okay? And try to make sure that your camera is stable on a tripod if you're going to do that. Just to let you know. Okay, guys. Whew, this has been one fun live stream. Barbara, I want to thank you so very much for joining me on cam today. And anything else you want to say? Any other reflections about this whole live streaming business?
Well, as one of your very first patrons on Patreon, I'd like to encourage everyone to check you out on Patreon as well, because with that comes access to a secret group, private group on Facebook, where you'll see me and Eileen and other supporters as well, and get the inside on stuff before it's actually released. And that's because that's how we roll.
That's how we roll. That's right. We like being beta testers and we like being in the know. And, you know, folks, when you see these developers, make sure that you know, befriend them, you know, be nice. For example, you go live and say how amazing their platform is, especially if it's really amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, it goes a long way. It really does. And it helps your community. I know so many people who have been helped. Like I said, I introduced a lot of folks to StreamYard, but then it wasn't until I had actually Ross Brand had a event where he brought me on and we were talking about all the live stream, and then that's when he got introduced to StreamYard, and now lo and behold, he's doing one of their shows. He does a weekly show for StreamYard over on LinkedIn, and I'm not going to say what day it is, but I think it's Wednesdays. and then a lot of folks follow Ross, so then they found out about StreamYard through him. But originally, he found out about it through me, you know? And so that's just how the community grows. And that's how we all grow together. We all build together. Barb's introduced me to some software. I've introduced her to some software. And so, like, I didn't know all the things you could do with Manicam until Barb started showing me. So absolutely is, you know, you want to be around people that are doing the same kinds of things that you're doing. They're on that same path that you're on. And so it's always good to have that camaraderie as you're coming up through this whole thing. You guys are blowing up the comments over here. So
Yeah. And I just have to say to that is thank you, especially to Purple Paisley Planner. I've seen her make just numerous comments, but in the way that my setup is, I can't comment back right now while we're live. And it does make it very difficult when we're on screen to be able to interact. But the cool thing about StreamYard is we can see your comments from the various platforms coming in, both the guest, me as the guest, and Eileen as the host. So that's important to you just to know, so that you can actually give a vocal shout out when you have the opportunity. Sorry.
Yes, great. And really quickly, Michael said that he did all the features except screen share. Yeah, you're not going to be able to screen share from the phone, just because of the limitations of the phone. So, but that's okay. You can always just take your phone over to your computer and show whatever it is. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to just, for the benefit of those who missed it earlier, I'm saying that, but I don't have it ready. Oh, I'm going to roll the intro as an outro simply because I don't have an outro. Okay, Barb, thanks again for joining me. I'm just going to put myself on solo screen so I can roll that intro again, and I'll chat with you over on Facebook, my dear. Welcome and thank you for coming to today's broadcast. It's your host, Eileen Smith, and I'm your digital media tour guide. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's live stream. Bye, everybody. See you next week right here on YouTube or Periscope as well. Bye.